half an hour ago she was going this evening. So.
Good afternoon, everybody. I would want to welcome and thank you all for being here today to celebrate World AIDS Day event. I also would like to thank the city of Fall River for always supporting this event and how important it is to be here to support the community. And those that continue to struggle and battle with the HIV. World AIDS Day, a day of taking stock of the challenges and that humanity is facing because of HIV/AIDS, and celebrate our successes in supporting the people affected by this epidemic. As many of you are aware, the international theme for this year is getting to zero, zero to new infections, zero discriminations, and zero AIDS death related. 3 decades ago, it would have seemed unlikely, if not impossible, to picture a time when we could discuss getting to zero. When we could imagine this day, today, when AIDS would no longer be a death sentence, but a chronic yet manageable disease. So despite all the work that we have done, all the prevention programs, the cities, the states, and the countries, and we have accomplished up to the year 2012, the real crisis continues, still exists, and it's currently facing our city, our state, our country, and the world. We should be proud how far we have come. We have lived with this epidemic for too many decades. We have seen the high death toll, displacement of families and children. We have seen the pain suffered by people who are stigmatized and discriminated against because of their HIV status. Today's event is appropriate recognition of the remarkable progress we have made and an important reminder that the most profound challenge still remains before us to end this devastating epidemic. To truly getting it to zero, it is in our hands, and each and one of us will take this challenge and become advocates, pioneers, to getting this epidemic to zero. As we are facing with cuts continue, this epidemic continues to grow. So this advocacy and this pioneer needs to continue to be your mission. I would like to acknowledge Seven Hills Behavioral Health, the City of Fall River, all the departments who help us, Stepping Stone, not forgetting the wonderful people at STAR that continue to support and continue to fight, continue to test. Okay, the outreach workers who continue to be out there, day and night, snow, rain, to advocate, to educate the public on HIV prevention methods. And of course, all these individuals behind me that continue to come year after year. It is my pleasure to introduce you the wonderful mayor of the city of Fall River, who has supported us every year. And every year I pick a wonderful day. Today is a wonderful day.
Thank you for that very gracious introduction, and it's an honor to be here with everyone and to once again be able to make this declaration here in the city of Fall River and throughout the entire nation and throughout the entire globe. We declare this day of November as World AIDS Day. And we do so for a number of reasons. We do so to recognize those who continue the fight with this disease. We recognize those who have succumbed to this illness and lost their life in their battle. And we do so to bring awareness to this disease. And as we continue to progress with treatment and medications, to hopefully one day reducing the number to zero and finding a cure for AIDS, we as a nation cannot give up the fight. We have to continue to gather here like this, to raise awareness and to educate society. And through all the various agencies that are here today, I want to say thank you for all that you do here in the greater Fall River area, reduce the numbers to zero, and to one day find a cure that is accepted throughout the medical community. And it's an honor for me to make this declaration here today, and also momentarily to raise the flag to continue to bring awareness here in the city of Fall River. God bless all of you. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. For those who don't know me, I'm Dr. Valancourt. Many of those who know me call me Dr. V. I'm here once again to give the annual statistics for HIV/AIDS here in Fall River, and also to point out where we've made progress and where we need to continue to work or work a little harder. There are currently 221 people in Fall River who are living with the diagnosis of HIV/AIDS. There are 1,043 in Bristol County and approximately 10,200 in the state. When I first started giving these numbers a number of years ago, I was happy to say that 25, 30, 40% of people diagnosed with HIV were still living. I'm happy to say now that close to 55% of those people who have been diagnosed since 1999 are still living with the disease. So we have made a marked improvement. Right now, 63% of the people in Fall River who have HIV/AIDS are male, 37% are female. I'm happy to say that right now, approximately 72% of the people in Fall River who have HIV/AIDS are now age 45 and older. And again, a number of years ago when I started giving the statistics, it was a much younger group. So what that means is people with HIV/AIDS are living longer. We still continue to have the most common mode of acquiring the disease through intravenous drug abuse or intravenous drug use. Then followed by men who have sex with men and heterosexual. That's a little bit different from the state data where it's 50-50 between males who have sex with males and drug use. For every 100,000 people in Bristol County, 190 of those people carry the diagnosis of HIV/AIDS. I'm happy to say that Massachusetts ranks as one of the highest states in New England insofar as close to 44.5% of our residents have been tested for HIV. However, something that bothers me quite a bit is nationwide, only 13% of people between the ages of 13 and 25 have been tested for HIV. Yet, as you're probably all aware in the recent news, this is the age group in which the rate of acquiring that infection is increasing significantly. In the United States, there are 1.5 million people living with HIV. 50,000 people still become infected each year. Unfortunately, of that, 12,000 are in the 13 to 24-year-old group. It hasn't changed very much. Still, nationwide, 20% of those people who are infected do not know it. What's more alarming is that 60% of all the youths who are infected do not know it. So what do we have to do for work? We really have to get the message for testing to younger people. This is the group in which we're seeing the highest rates of the disease now occurring. Let me just end with some positive points. There have been some very key discoveries in HIV/AIDS prevention over the last year. Using pre-exposure prophylaxis, we can see a 73% reduction in the risk of acquiring the disease. Someone who has the disease, if they are on antiretroviral therapy, they can decrease their chances of spreading that disease by close to 96%. Women who use vaginal microbiocides after having intercourse with someone with the disease can now decrease their chances by 40%. So what we're now seeing is within our hands means to decrease the risk of transmission and the risk of acquiring it. But our task over the coming years now will be to get testing to become more widely accepted, universal, and definitely to get the message to our younger people that you need to be tested. Because once we've identified the disease, there is a lot that we can now do to prevent its progression and its spread. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. V. Thank you. Before we raise the flag, I just want to thank you all for participating. Also to invite you back here at 6 o'clock as we do the visual, the candle visual, to Sociedad Cultural Asturiana, and where we have a full program going on tonight, where we acknowledge community members, where community members participate, where the whole community supports this event by donating food, their services, and we will have a lot of individuals speaking and talking about HIV counseling and testing. So I want to welcome, I want to thank you, I want to ask you to come back later on so we can continue this, and thank you all for being here today.
And at this time, we will go to the flagpole. I ask everybody to gather around the flagpole, and